Okay, it's time to start the 2019 BU Economics Faculty Skit, if you can call it that. Please take your seats or standing positions. Welcome to tonight's special edition of Economists Got Talent. As you may know, Economists Got Talent is the new format for economics departments to recruit, evaluate, and attract new faculty. It's based on its predecessor, America's Got Talent, in which talented performers from all over the country compete to win the approval of audiences and judges. Economists Got Talents bring together economists from all over the world to compete for job positions instead of boring first-round interviews, flyouts, and endless faculty meeting discussions. Candidates compete gladiator style against each other to win over the audience. At the end of the night, you, the audience, get to vote and make your choices. And look at these lovely contestants. Tonight's competition is especially notable in that it is a competition for a new chair of the Department of Economics at Boston University, not just a new professor. You might ask why BU is holding this competition, even though the existing chair still has almost 2 years left in his current term. It seems that the excitement over the national presidential elections, in which 20 people are vying for the nomination, has carried over to the economics department. As soon as the Economics Got Talent competition for BU was announced, 21 candidates volunteered for the nomination. To reduce the selection burden, 9 of these candidates were desk rejected. So we only have, I don't know what use the right number means, candidates to judge tonight. Who would have guessed that more people would want to run for chair of BU Economics than President of the United States? The BU Economics chair selection comes at an important time in which the economics department has been dominated by white men for the past 40 years. To reduce the chances of this domination happening again, the university established new rules for selecting department chairs. That's actually too short for something the administration would develop. The remaining candidates for chair have already begun campaigning. On your left, my right, you get that right, are the progressive candidates, while on your right are the centrists. To understand just how unusual this election is, we have asked the department's economic historian to discuss the past history of chair selection in the economics department.
Thank you, Professor Wang. Having 21 candidates run for the chair of the economics department is a definite first. Having no candidates run for the department chair happens 99.99% of the time. Now, not since BU was founded by a group of Methodists from Vermont. Is that bad? Wow.
It's a little bit of economic history.
As the Newberry Biblical Institute in 1839. Has there ever been such an open race for leadership? I wouldn't have used that word. Hard to believe these biblical scholars ever approved of setting up an obviously sacrilegious economics department in the 1930s, shortly after BU moved from its previous downtown location to the present Kenmore campus. Now, the economics department has been sharing space with the School of Social Work since at least the 1950s at 270 Bay State Road, and that building dates from...
Thank you, Bob. Page 238.573. There it is. The new guidelines require that candidates for chair be at least 35 years of age. Please raise your hand if you are less than 35 years old. Mr. Suspenders, that can't be right. You may feel young, but your face says otherwise. We are not going to let you be disqualified by claiming the wrong age. The age rule was added by the administration so as to try to prevent students from running for office. But I think the university misjudged because many of our students are already over 35. And today we have 5 students running for office. Who would have thought that students would want to become chair? Chair selection on Economist's Got Talent is based on face-to-face competition in 4 rounds that reflect new and different criteria for selection. Vision, forget it. Creativity, communication, and teamwork. Remarkably, experience, knowledge, honesty, and understanding of economics do not enter into the selection process. I know, I got what it's chair. It is well known that few chairs have these attributes anyway. Let me turn it over to the vision host.
Okay. The first round of Economics Got Talent asks each candidate for their vision when they become chair. Each candidate is allowed either 30 seconds or 1 tweet to state their plan. 6 candidates chose to give their vision in person. The other 6 chose to submit tweets. We will alternate between the progressive and the centrist sides to keep it interesting. Okay, Senator Elizabeth Warren Towers.
That's me.
What is your vision for BU?
Actually, I'm called Katniss, and this should be the Hunger Games. Anyway, my vision is that Warren Towers is just too big and too powerful. It's too big of a bang. We need to tax this large monstrosity and break it up into more accessible and affordable tax.
You do realize that Warren Towers is a large freshman dorm. How will taxing it improve anything?
A dorm? I thought it was a bank. Okay, wait a second. I have another idea then. I vote that anyone can check the block Native American and get into BU.
Let me turn to Senator Joseph Bide Your Time. What is your vision?
My vision? My vision, as my good friend Barack would say, is 2020.
That's it? That's your vision for the department?
No.
Your eyesight?
That is the year in which I want to get elected. 2020. I figure the less I say, the longer I will be in the election.
Okay, let me now turn to the Honorable Alexandria, occasionally cautious. Yes. What is your vision for BU?
My vision does not stop at the economics department or even Boston University. I view running for chair in 2020 as the first step in my 2022 bid to become president of the American Economic Association, followed by my 2024 bid to become president of the United States, and my 2026 campaign to become president of the World Bank. And finally, 2028 campaign to become president and CEO of Joe Pizza Parlor. I always wanted to be president.
What ambition. And what about you, Bernie Suspenders? What is your vision?
I've met with a lot of students. They need more support. They all need more support.
Does this mean free tuition and financial support while they're studying?
Oh no. I mean support as in keeping their pants up. I think every student should be given a pair of suspenders and braces. And a belt to hold up their pants. It is disgraceful that students can't even keep their pants around their waist. If they would hold up their pants, then they could vote against that bastard Trump. We could win, win, win. And you know that son of a bitch is always angry. That son of a bitch never even smiles.
Senator Kamala Fairness.
Here, I'm here. This way. Centrist.
Nobody knows what her policy is.
Okay, what is your
I think BU faculty should be paid as much as Harvard and MIT professors. And journal editorships should rotate randomly between faculty in the top 10 universities, never lower ranked departments. And BU should be permanently entitled to claim that it is ranked number 9.
Okay, Mr. Beto Omega. And what is your vision?
I'm running on a platform of unlimited immigration, unlimited education, unlimited food, poverty, health, and beer.
Okay. Oh, wait, here we go. No.
I have increased immigration by foreign students at BU. Shorter dissertations, no dissertations, free lunches at every seminar, more student stipends, and free happy.
Let me go to the other extreme. Professor Larry the K.
So first I'm running for president again. So I'm running on the vision that climate change is real. But to understand climate change, we cannot use an infinitely lived agent. We need to use an overlapping generation model. The priority model shows that even though we care about our children and grandchildren, the probability that we can save them is so low that the rational decision for today is to give up on the environment and party away. Nordhaus won the Nobel Prize, but is he predicting that the unique rational expectation equilibrium is one in which we all die in 30 years? I don't think so. Nothing say that an equilibrium had to be a happy one.
Okay, now we also have candidate Pete Buta Edge or something like that. All right, Pete, do you really think you can be elected when no one can pronounce your name?
Why not? It worked out for our current president.
What do you mean? It's easy to pronounce Donald Trump.
Okay, so say it with his title.
Sure, no problem. President Donald. President Donald. I can't say. The remaining candidates are all students. Let's hear what their advice will be. Okay. Mr. Wayne Fudd, student.
Bring world peace.
John Fudd, student.
We'll use PLP to solve for the unique solution and bring world peace.
Kirsten Fudd, student.
Solve global poverty and world peace.
Wayne, John, and Kirsten, I see that you all have the same last name, Fudd, student. Are you all related?
Only by marriage.
Okay, friends, that concludes our vision segment. I'm happy to be the game host for the Creative Caring Challenge.
You're done.
I'm done.
We practiced that one.
That concludes our that concludes our vision segment. I'm happy to be the game host for the Creative Caring Challenge. All candidates will have 1 minute to write something creative on the whiteboard that is just behind me, showing that they are a caring person. There are markers on the table and floor for all of you. And as we count down to the end, be sure to put your initials next to your entry. And basically, be creative and caring. And the clock starts now. Don't be shy. You can tell this is creative because they don't know what to be doing. Don't forget your initials, please. Think big, think big. Use available space.
We can write over.
We're down to the last 20 seconds, just for those of you being patient.
Just remember, caring is sharing. And we don't believe in that.
Okay, well, thank you very much, contestants. As you can see, there's quite a variety of style. It looks to me as if most of the students used black and white and were only able to visualize caring in equations, whereas some of the other more creative candidates maybe use color and more playful thoughts. So it's a good reminder that you know, you can sometimes think outside of the equation box. So that's the second competition. And now we go to the third competition, which I'm also going to narrate and lead. And basically, narrator one. Go for it, narrator one. Yes, thank you.
Sharing. Our next event is a communication challenge. We all know that body language and nonverbal language is the key to a successful presentation. All candidates will now have 30 seconds to simultaneously communicate with the audience and convince them of their communication skills.
Communication is over. Now we don't communicate. We do stuff. I'm happy to be the host of a final event, the Teamwork Challenge. Each table will constitute a team. Team. Using only the supply of the pile of recycled papers. I think this is somebody's paper.
It's actually my paper.
The challenge is to build as many paper airplanes as quickly as possible. Something like this. Something like this. Okay? And assembly lines have been shown to be very speedy and efficient. So after 1 minute, each team contestant will have an opportunity to demonstrate how well the airplane flies by throwing it through a hoop from 10 feet away. Right? End of communication, start work, make airplane.
Tell us when the clock is starting now.
Clock now. The clock starts now.
Back seat.
You were going to revise it.
I declare time is over. I see two very different designs. One is high quality, the other is low quality. Team A, how many airplanes did you make? Team B, how many airplanes?
We have
Now, whatever. Now we get to do the flight test. Right, and this is not long enough. Right, so you have to throw.
Is he running for chair? Barclays basketball.
Two or maybe three of the Team A airplanes successfully flew through the hoop. You want to try again? So now what do I do? Well, let's try Team B. This is a low point.
Looks like they've got a long way to go with the software there.
Yeah?
That is the fourth and final event. That leaves our final objective, which is to have our audience choose their favorite chair. We turn now, out on page 6, take with it, it's an empirical question. We turn now to our star theorist and man with the most to gain to advise us on how, advise us and to help the audience move from the abundant new information learned tonight to an efficient selection of a new chair.
Thank you. We initially recommended using a reverse Vickrey auction with an upper semi-continuous Heimlich maneuver. With this approach, all voters write down their willingness to pay to get the right to choose between their preferred candidate or bowling with Larry Kotnikoff. But we couldn't prove that an equilibrium exists since Larry wouldn't stop talking long enough for us to prove lower quasi-convexity.
Quality is important.
Then we considered the DeBrew, Sonnenschein, Gibbard, Satterthwaite polynomial voting algorithm, but none of us could spell Sonnenschein or Satterthwaite, so we gave up. We also considered a system of bribes, but the current chair kept saying, "Just take the job, I'll pay you."
To ensure a completely fair and honest election, we followed the rules. Rules for selecting department chairs. The guidelines stipulate that we hire an outside firm to run the election process. For some reason, the winning firm happened to be Russian. We can all be confident that nothing can go wrong if we let the Russians supervise the election. Newsflash. Using the latest polling technology, the Russians already polled the entire BU economics community during this skit using mind-reading software built into your cell phones. Thank you all for participating, and the 2020 department chair winner, receiving 100% of the first place rankings is... Congratulations. Second prize, doing it for 2 more terms. And that's it.